first of all, so talk to me then. What's been going on? What's the most the recent things that have been going on in the royal household?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean, because on the one hand, you have the King and the Prince of Wales and the rest of the royal family trying to pursue business as normal and ignore what's going on in America. Then you have Meghan and Harry telling their version of the truth and causing no end of trouble. And I have to tell you, I have been, I'm Jamaican, so I'm West Indian, and I have been receiving very, very upset reports from the high commissioners about how upset they are with the effect that Meghan and Harry's conduct and claims, those who have been having in the Commonwealth, in particular in the Caribbean, and how destabilizing they are, not only to the Commonwealth generally, but to the moderate segment of the Commonwealth, which they find extremely distressing because, I mean, Nana, you're obviously black, and
Yes.
you and I both know that insofar as racism is concerned in this country, if there's always a bit of prejudice everywhere, wherever you are, whoever you are. But this is one of the most inclusive, non-racial countries in the world. And you have Harry and Meghan playing all these very distressing and damaging cards. And it is extremely upsetting to moderates all over the Commonwealth, not only in the West Indies, but I gather in Africa as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, they had within that Netflix, I don't know what, I can't call it a documentary because they weren't really documenting anything that seemed to be factual, but within that they called it Empire, was it 2.0 as well, Afua Hirsch referred to it as that, as though the rest of the Commonwealth countries were feeling the same way as Harry and Meghan, but that just doesn't appear to be the truth. And now I suspect the couple are not really being received well by, celebrities and so on and so forth. What do you think is their next move on this? Because ultimately, this isn't. I mean, it's damaging the monarchy. I mean, then there's the book coming out as well.
Well, I have great friends who have properties in Montecito. And they have a lot of overlap with Harry and Meghan's crowd. And they say, very interestingly, that Harry and Meghan are received by no one of any consequence. Number two, Harry and Meghan, when they appear in public, unless it is for a photo op, never appear together. There are, and I've heard reports from friends of the younger royals that Harry and Meghan's marriage is in serious trouble, but they are keeping the show on the road for financial reasons at this point. How true that is, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, where do they go from here? If their marriage is in trouble, they will get divorced. If they manage to stay together, it's a downward slide. Because the fact of the matter is the only thing they ever had to sell was the glamour of being royal. And they have de-glamorized it entirely. Nobody finds being sullied by filth and, that they're victims and nobody, poor me is not glamorous, glamorous me is glamorous. So I think they are a busted flush. There might be another series from Netflix. There might be one or two more things that they'll be able to milk for the next year. But I think 2 years from now, everybody is going to treat them the way all the A-listers in New York, Montecito, and Britain and Europe are treating them, like pariahs.
And I think, I did last week call for a sort of press blackout on all the stuff they're doing. So if the press just ignored, we can obviously criticise on the sidelines, but if the press kind of ignored them, and just let them get on with their, instead of helping them to promote their documentaries and things like that, I think it would be over a lot quicker. I think the press need to sort of start working a bit more together on this one as well. Listen, Lady Campbell, thank you so much for joining me. It's so wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.